Hey, what's going on, guys? Paulo CQ here.
Cassandra Lee, and together we are the Power Couple.
Welcome to the I Am a Business show.
I'm not a businessman.
I am
a business
man.
You get really excited to say man.
I love that part, man.
When you say man, it's like you do it like total passion.
Yeah, I do. I have to, man.
You're a little weird.
It's the beginning of the show, man. It has to be passionate.
It has to be passionate.
What are we talking about today, baby?
Well, before we get into what we're talking about, let's welcome the audience.
Who cares about the audience?
I love the audience.
Just point out, I love the audience.
Without the audience, this show would be whack. You know?
It would be whack, man. We'd be talking to thin air.
We'd be talking to no one.
We'd be talking to space.
The cool thing is that you guys, some of you guys have been leaving comments and you've been messaging us, telling us how awesome you enjoy this. And I just want to say thank you.
Man, thank you so much.
If you have not yet given us a review or feedback, we'd love to hear it. Good and bad. No, don't give us the bad.
Man, we love to hear it.
Don't give us the bad.
Man, we want to hear it.
Yeah, let us know what you think, man. We want to make sure that we're providing the knowledge. The whole purpose of the show is to help you become the best business you can be.
Because you are the business.
You are the business.
Yeah, after all, you are the business.
That's right. So whether you're watching this on our blog, right? Watching the recording on the blog. If you are listening to this on Stitcher, SoundCloud, and iTunes, come watch us live at the IamABusinessShow.com. Again, Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Tonight, we about to drop the knowledge.
What are we talking about? What are you talking about today?
Never leave your brand up to assumption.
Man, that's a good one.
This is a powerful one.
It's a good one.
It's a powerful one.
What does everybody know us for, baby?
Well, the Power Couple.
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
You know that people's first name, like hundreds of thousands of people have that same first name?
Right.
So how do you separate yourself from the rest? Like,
how do you separate?
How do you get someone
John
to remember
from all the other Johns?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why branding is important, because if you're not separating yourself from all the hundreds of thousands of people that have the same first name you do, then,
well, before we actually dive into this, let's talk about something.
What do you want to talk about?
What's the purpose of a brand? The
purpose of a brand is to get people to remember you. It's to take space inside of their mind, right? I mean,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, you want to make sure that people are constantly thinking about you, right? And what you want to do is, in a way, kind of like the moment that it just instantly clicks, right? It's kind of a way, like, if you look at it, I mean, every time someone says think of a soda, you probably think of Coca-Cola, right? If someone says think of a sneaker, Nike, right?
For me, that's what I think of.
Exactly. Back in the day, like, think of OJ, it'd be Sunny Delight. I'm not sure if do they still do Sunny Delight?
Sunny D, yeah, I think
Sunny
so.
D, yeah, Sunny D was
look,
good, right?
Look, guys, the whole purpose of that, right, is because they consume our minds, right? They consume our brains. What type of companies are consuming your brains that when we say food or fast food, what's the first
What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Pizza. What's the first pizza
Domino's,
you think of, right?
I don't know. I think of Domino's.
So you have to think of what consumes your mind, and that's how basically a brand takes over. So you got to go, man, how many minds are you consuming?
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
how many minds are you consuming?
Yeah, and how much of that mind can you consume? I mean, the more you can be in front of people's minds, the more people can think about you, the more likely they're gonna think about you and finally buy from you. I mean,
absolutely,
it's really important. I mean, we kind of want to share with everyone in the audience how did we come up with the Power Couple? First of all, I mean, how did we get that name? How did we know how to use it? How did we create it? Did we make this up? Did we copy it from someone? I'm sure people want to know, how did the Power Couple come up with the Power Couple?
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they watch some of our previous videos, but last year we weren't saying the Power Couple, right?
Right.
We were saying Paulo, Cassandra.
Yeah, we were just being weird.
I mean,
we were leaving it up to assumption.
We were leaving it up to assumption.
And you know what they say about the word assume, right? You make an ass out of you and me.
Wow. You make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah, assume.
Anyway,
funny. So check it out, man. The one thing you can get so far out of the show is a brand is created so that you can mark your territory, right? You want to leave your mark. You want to occupy space. You want to occupy your marketplace, your niche, with some type of brand that when they think of you, they think of you the way you want it to be perceived. Okay, that is so important. That is so important because
I mean, this is natural. I mean, when you think about it, from the lowest of species all the way to humankind, everybody's marking their territory. I mean, you got the dogs, you got the lions, right? You got all these animals, and animals know how to mark their territory specifically for a reason, right?
Absolutely.
What's the reason for it? Well, obviously, because number one, I mean, it's the territory. I mean, who doesn't want to have a piece of a land, right? And the same thing with us, right? I mean, even if you don't know anything about branding, you're kind of already marking your territory. If you have a girlfriend, if you put pictures on Instagram or on Facebook, right? You want to make sure you let everyone know that you're with this chick or you're with this guy, right?
Absolutely.
But what if you did it in a way where it actually pays you? It pays you to get people to think about you. It pays you to get, I mean, this is what you ultimately want to do. I mean, we've had several people who said, man, it seems like you guys are everywhere. I mean, I see you guys on my emails. I see you guys on my phone. I see you guys freaking everywhere. Like, I mean, you guys are everywhere, right? And the more people can think that you're everywhere, the more likely they're going to come back running to you to buy something from you.
Guys, this is the I Am a Business show. We're here Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. You can check out our blog. We got the new menu bar up here. Check out the blog. Check out the Power Quantum site. That's what hosts this show. Power Quantum is our company, and
yeah, absolutely.
And they host the I Am a Business show. So check all this stuff out. Those of you who are listening, watch us live, man. Let us know what's going on. Do you like this? So let's talk about something real quick, right? Why is it so important that your brand isn't left to assumption?
Why is it important?
I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Can you imagine, right? Can you imagine? I go, yo, have you ever been to that restaurant?
Nah, man.
You know, the restaurant with
Dude, what's the name? Domino's?
Nah, it's the one.
McDonald's.
They got that, no, listen. They got that red color, thing.
Dude, Red Robin?
No, the one. It's got like the red thing on it.
I don't know, dude.
You know the red thing on it?
Dude, let's go to McDonald's.
And then this guy's like, oh, nah, man. You're talking about this one? No, the thing has red and blue, right? Imagine it was just never clear. How clear could we get? I mean, if I just say, hey, have you ever been to that restaurant with the M sign on it?
Dude,
you would know what I'm talking about, right?
Here's the
deal.
What
would I be talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If I say the restaurant with the M sign.
McDonald's.
Exactly, because they're known for it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So imagine if take all type of branding away from every company you know. Try to describe a shoe without the branding. Go.
Nike.
No, without it. Try to describe a shoe without the branding.
I can't.
Try to describe a restaurant without the branding.
I can't.
Do you see what I'm saying?
It's impossible.
If you leave it up to assumption, here's what happens: is that multiple people come up with their own conclusions. I have my own conclusion of how this shoe looks like. So
yep.
see.
Yep.
Or the restaurant. So see.
That's a very good point. And the more people come up with their own conclusion, right? The less likely that your brand, your name will travel further down the line. I mean, think about this for a second, right? I mean, there was a quick test. There was an exercise that we did when we were in the martial arts, right? Mm-hmm. Where the whole point was to see how fast and how easy miscommunication happens between people, right?
The telephone game.
The telephone game. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the telephone game.
Anyways, they lined up. There was probably like at least 50 martial artists. So we were inside of the dojo, obviously. We had just finished training, okay? And we had just done some phenomenal training, right? Instructor training, martial arts training. So they lined us all up. There was probably about 50 people, right?
Yeah.
And the guy who actually came to the dojo and actually taught us the training that we were going to be teaching there, right? He starts all the way on the left, right? And I believe I was probably like the last one or like second to last one, right? Or something like that, right? So he says like a word. I forgot what the word was. You remember what the word was?
I don't remember, dude. I just remember that the message got totally distorted.
It got distorted, right? So as he told the message to one person, from one person to the other person, to the other person, to the other person, right? By the time we got to the end of the person, I think someone said, like, I love Jesus Christ and I'm going to get saved or something.
I don't know. That's because you said that, though. He, like, totally changed the whole message. Well, the whole point of that story is, like, is that the message that started was completely different from the message that it finished because each person had their own perception or conclusion to what was said.
They came up with their own conclusion.
There was no commonality.
Dude.
There was their own assumption of it. And that's the scary thing.
Exactly. I mean, dude, not having a brand, what is it really costing you? I mean, how far does your name travel through people's mouths?
Yeah,
I
yeah. But is it from one person?
It's probably right now. It's probably from one person to one person.
Look,
or even less than that.
I can tell you this, man. We need to step up our game.
We do need to step up our game.
I want to be the power couple that everyone in the world knows. That if they say the power couple, they immediately think of us.
Exactly.
The power couple.
Now, why is that? I mean, why is that so important? I mean, why is it so important in somebody who has a business to brand themselves? Why is that important?
Well, because then you don't leave that conclusion. You're going to have too many different messages, man. You can't have the different messages.
You can't.
Everyone has to know you for being What is it, right?
What is it?
So you know, one thing that we learned from the Brand Master, we're going to share that in a second. You know, the Brand Master, shout out to the Brand Master. Go follow him. His name is Rocky Vega.
The Brand Master.
Right? Now, one thing that we learned from him, he's literally the master of all branding. In fact, if you like what you see above, right, you like everything on this page is pretty much, you know, his branding, the master of branding, right? But check this out, right? By the way, this is the I'm a Business Show. We're here Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. You see that little tab over there? It's following you. It's looking at you. Go ahead and click that tab. Leave us a message. Let us know if you have any suggestions or things you want us to talk about that will help you become the best business you can be.
Absolutely.
Maybe you got an event coming up and you want us to come speak there. Maybe it's a webinar you want us to show our face.
Maybe you just want to figure out what we do, right? And you can click on that banner.
Click on the banner then.
And you can get access to what we do, and we can go ahead and get started maybe if you want.
Yeah, because then we'll help you become literally the best. Look, you want to work with us, we will help you be the best business you can be. I am not even
Dude, you're going to be the best business.
You're going to be the best business, period, end of story. So let me check this out, right? So the Brand Master, right? You know, he had asked us one day, he said, you know, what is it that we want to be known for? Right? What do you want to be known for? And what's the first thing people think of when they hear of us, right? And so this is so powerful, man. These two questions are so powerful because maybe you're saying, well, I don't know what my brand should really be. I don't know what to make it, right?
I'm not sure. What is it, dude?
You need to think of that. What is it that you want people to know you for?
What do you want people to know?
What's the perception you want them to have of you? Dude, you can't leave it up to assumption. You have to force it down their throats, literally. You have to force them to perceive you the way that you want. Dude, how do you, go ahead.
I mean, we went to Cancun, Mexico. I mean, this was not like a company event. We didn't know anybody at this event, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Nobody. It was brand new people. We got to meet brand new people, right? We specifically went there because we wanted to 10x our life, okay? And when we went there, here's what happened, right? What happened was that by the end of that trip, everybody knew us as the power couple, right? Why? Because we made it our duty. We made it our responsibility that we were not going to get left up to chance, man.
Nope.
We're not. Look, listen. When you leave anything up to chance, it always leads to disappointment. Okay, always will lead to disappointment. So when we got there, we made it our duty that people were gonna know us as the power couple. Why?
That even when I'm talking about by the end of the event, people were saying, "Yo, can I get a picture with the power couple?" And I was like, "Yeah, boy,
dude, let's do it.
Let's do it." You know why? Because we wanted to make sure it wasn't left up to assumption. Hey, the two kids or that girl and that guy. You know, that girl and that guy. No, it's the power couple. That's what we're going to be known for. Or what I didn't want was this. What's your name again? No, I didn't want that. I wanted everyone to know us as the power couple.
If you're going to places and people are asking you, what's your name again? You have not been doing a good job.
You didn't leave a good impression.
You didn't leave a good impression.
You haven't left your mark.
Maybe you did leave a good impression, but dude, you didn't attach that good impression to something
to remember.
To something for them to remember, right? I mean, I'm sure that you do leave good impressions, but you have to attach that to an image. You have to attach that to something that gets them to remember that feeling, right? Every time they think about you, they remember you, and then that feeling feels good too, right?
So think about it, right? So how do we force the branding, right? Not force it. Well, how do we not leave it up to assumption?
Force it down their throat.
You know how? Talking about it, man.
Dude, what do we do every single time we get on here?
We say what?
My name is Follow CQ.
And I'm Cassandra Lee, and together we are the Power Couple. Everyone knows it, right? And then what's the other thing we say? This is the I'm a Business Show. Dude, I'm not a businessman. I am a business man. Why do we do that in the beginning of every show, at the end of every show? Why do we introduce ourselves like that? Because we want you to know this is the I Am a Business Show. And every time somebody says I am a business, you can be like, yo, have you checked out the I Am a Business Show? Everyone's going to know what you're talking about when you say, I'm not a businessman. I am a business man. Right? They're going to know that. With who? The Power Couple. Everyone's going to know it. We make sure that you guys are forced to perceive this show the way we mention it. Those of you listening, those of you watching, that's what you got to do. You got to let everybody know.
Let everyone know.
Everyone. Shout it from the rooftop.
Shout it from the roof. Look, and you got to be okay. Look, sometimes people won't pursue this and I want to introduce myself, man. They just want us to say hi. Like, no, man, you can't leave it up to assumption, man. You got to be okay with saying it every time you go. I mean, look, listen, I mean, we were doing a questionnaire when we were at the seminar, the 10X seminar, where we didn't know anyone, right? Mm-hmm. And did we have to introduce ourselves? We were just asking a question. Dude, we didn't have to do that.
It was like that Q&A time, right? Where somebody stands up and says, hey, I'm from, whatever. Yeah. I have a quick question, Mr. Grant Cardone. We actually stood up together and said, this is Balsa Q, and I'm Cassandra Lee, and together we are the power couple. And everyone laughed and was like, wow, but hey, we got the point across.
Dude, we don't care if people laugh. We just know that what we did was we left a good impression. So much so that we have a pretty tight connection with Grant Cardone. I mean, we talked to him on social media and Twitter, right?
Yeah, man.
Right? And we were this close to getting on his plane, man.
This close.
This close, man.
But hey, man, we left a long-lasting impression that his wife said, hey, I love you, right? He said, I almost chose you guys. Hey, you guys are the bomb, right? We left a long-lasting impression because we are
the power couple.
And everybody's going to know the power couple.
Dude, we'll keep saying it until you remember it,
man. Yeah, man, that's what it's about. So you got to ask yourself now, what is your brand? What do you want to be known for? You got to start shouting it off on every rooftop. Let everybody know about it. That's what it's about, guys. This is the I'm a Business Show. We're here Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I want you to share this. Share it. Tell the world about it, man.
Share it on Google+, share it on Twitter. Share it on, look, everyone needs to know about this.
Everybody needs to know.
Because sometimes, look, if we would have known this from the very jump, from the very beginning.
Yeah, let's tell that story.
What story, man?
Man, how we started and it was just like, we didn't know. How did the power couple come? Let's tell that story.
Man. I mean, we used to run the martial arts school and, obviously, as she started to train me, right, I kind of finally caught up to her and we were both kind of like powerhouses. Like, she'd be teaching classes. I'd be talking to people. We would run the school I'd be teaching classes, she'd be enrolling people, vice versa.
It was like a machine. Like people would come inside and they would tell us, would they not? They would walk in and just feel the energy. Like if they were having a bad day, they knew they just could come to the school and they just get recharged.
Bam,
because what would they see?
Bam.
They would see his energetic self. Hey, welcome. What's up? How we doing? And then I'd come out of nowhere. What's up? I'd high five him. Like, hey, you got this class,
dude,
right? We were a tag team.
Dude, that was a lot of energy.
Oh yeah, man. We tag team that school and it was amazing. And then one day, somebody came up to us and was like, man, the way you and your husband run this school, man, like a machine. It's like you guys are like a power couple.
Yeah. And even then it didn't stick.
It didn't. Like it was like, oh, that's cute. Thanks.
People were coming up to us and they were telling us these things, but it wasn't sticking in our mind. We're like, oh, okay, cool. We're like a power couple. Awesome.
Yeah, thanks. And when we got started online, we never said it. We never used it. Nothing. It was just, if you go back a year ago on our Facebook timeline, you'll see videos where we don't mention power couples at all. We don't talk about it. How did it? I don't even know what made us say, let's just start calling ourselves that.
Man, I don't even know.
I don't know.
I feel like we've been the power couple ever since.
I know, but I don't know what made us say, let's start saying this. I don't know if it was that. I think it might have been just, let's do it. I don't even know what it was, but we eventually remembered the person who called us, hey, you guys are a power couple. And we eventually said, why don't we brand ourselves this way? Why don't we start naming ourselves
exactly
that? And then we just said, let's do every video like that. And if you watch like January-ish of this year, we could never get it right. It would be like, go ahead, start saying it. It'd be like,
my name is Balsa Q.
And I'm Cassandra Lee. And together we
The power couple,
right? Like it was never in sync.
We didn't have that synchronicity.
It was tough, right? And then finally we just began to get it. And it was like every video we're gonna just do it like this. Every video.
You just get it. I mean, you start getting the hate. I mean, even with the I'm a Business Show, like
I'm not a businessman. Like I am a business. Like it would. I mean, still there's times we're not together.
Yeah, but I mean, with practice, as you continue to listen. Anytime you're branding yourself and you're giving yourself a different brand, or it's always gonna feel weird to you. It's the pronunciation.
You're like, man, this ain't cool.
The sound of the brand.
Is anyone really gonna like it?
Like it's gonna sound weird. Like I remember.
Who cares?
I went from being called Paul to Paulo. Now that's a personal spiritual journey with me and God. But when I was called, like people used to call me Paul for like 19 years of my life. That when I decided to make the change from Paul to Paulo, which is my real original name, like it sounded weird. Like it sounded like. It sounds weird.
Paulo.
Like I'm like, how can
Paulo.
That
Paulito.
It sounds weird. Like I'm like, damn, like I can't even call myself because it sounds so weird, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're branding yourself, it might sound weird, but it does not mean
you may think it's not going to be like, catchy, right? It may not stick. No, you start saying that thing consistently in every single video, everything that you do, it will stick whether people like it or not. It's just going to stick.
Exactly.
It's gonna stick. It's like there's this guy, I don't know if you guys know him, Justin Renji. They call him the hippie Jedi. Right now, does he say that in everything? No, but just about everything that he has is just Jedi-rific, right? If that's even a word. But he's the hippie Jedi. So you got to have a brand. What do you want to be known for? What's the perception you want people to have of you? Don't let them create one for themselves. You create that perception for them. Start telling the world. Start shouting it from the rooftop. Everybody's got to know, baby. Everybody's got to know. Right?
Absolutely. So, guys, we're actually going to be having a webinar later on tonight. So if you're on watching this, man, we want to personally invite you to this phenomenal webinar where we're going to be teaching you guys how to make $3,000 this month that you didn't have, okay? 3K, right, this month, what I like to call holiday money. You can actually text holiday money to 31996.
Now, we can't guarantee that the webinar is going to automatically produce $3,000, but we can say, hey, you have the opportunity to make some extra holiday money. You want to make some extra holiday money? Could it be less than 3K? Could it be more than 3K? Absolutely. It all depends on what you take out of the webinar and how you apply it, man. Text holiday money to 31996.
Guys, we hope you got massive value. I think this is probably one of the best.
I love this show.
I love the show too.
I love the audience.
I get to spend time with my wife.
Let me tell you something. If you guys were here in the flesh, right, even if you're listening, we would give every single one of you a big old hug because we love you guys, man. I want to hear some success stories. Now, if you've ever applied anything that we have taught you here on this show, let us know, man. It encourages us to keep this show moving and going and flying and rocking and shocking. And you already know what I'm talking
about.
Anyway, guys, this is the Power Couple, and this is the I Am a Business show. I'm not a businessman. I am a business man.